Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. So let's jump right into today's story. Today, I'm going to talk about a drive-by shooting that happened in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Nevada to be exact. So this is probably around 1989, maybe 1990. And to be clear, this was before it came down to the streets that drive-by shootings were not allowed. So at that time, I wasn't really running with people that fell under the umbrella of that. If you know, you know. But so yeah, I was working with this guy. We'll call him Joe Coolie. Uh, he was a Bisa, and uh, he had some really good connections. So he was getting it in San Bernardino, and we were running it up to North Las Vegas and eventually up into Utah as well. But on this story, we were going into Vegas. So I'm the driver, basically me and another guy that would ride with me. He was security, I guess, for the load or whatever, however you want to look at that. But we were, so my job basically was to drive. I had the license, I had the insurance, I had everything needed in order to accomplish that mission. So we arrive in Vegas and we get together, and the plan is we're going to go chill at this guy Mikey's house. Now Mikey was moving, a QP to a half a P a week of meth for Joe Cooley, and so he would drop it off on credit basically, and he had fallen into the hole a bit, like around $3,000 or so. And this guy Mikey, he was a union guy at the time. Vegas was booming with the construction, and he was like a foreman or something on one of the sites, and he was supplying it to his guys. And now keep in mind, the prices that you could get the stuff in San Bernardino were a lot cheaper because it was real dry up there as far as the meth goes. So, something that you could buy for, say, $1,500 in San Bernardino was going for $3,500, maybe $4,000 up there. So it was very profitable to make these runs. So we're at Mikey's house. So before we go any further, if you are new to the channel and you like these sort of stories, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, drop a comment, and tell me what you think, and share this video if you know somebody that might like this sort of content. So here we are, we're at Mikey's house, and we're chilling. We're in for the night, basically, and in the morning we're going to be heading up to St. George, Utah for the next leg of the trip to drop off the remainder of, what needs to be delivered, basically. So, we're chilling, and there's a homie, we'll call him Dreamer. He was from Long Beach, and he comes walking in. We're like in this den area of the house, and we're all chilling. And at that time, I was doing a lot of meth, and I would pretty much, I wouldn't say I'd do anything that was put in front of me, but I'd smoke weed with the fellas, even though I didn't really like weed. Like, it made me feel real stupid, like everything slowed down, and like I became pretty dun on that shit. But Dreamer comes in with this silver setting platter of weed, and we're rolling up joints, and I think there might have been a pipe passing around too, and we're smoking this good stuff. Not like the stuff now that people are smoking, but this was like some good red hair indica type of weed, and I was high as fuck, and I'm, I'm, I'm chilling, taking in the scene, there's some music playing, and I'm like, man, this is a trip. And Joe Cooley sitting over in the corner, and Joe Cooley had this thing where he liked to play with guns, and he liked to make passive threats to people that owed him money. And what I mean by that is he he's sitting over there with a Mac 11 in his hand. And he's like, Mikey, I'd hate to have to come and shoot up your house. You need to get my fattia. And this was something I was already used to with Joe Cooley. This is common behavior with him, and most people would kind of brush it off. But apparently, Mikey didn't like it. So Mikey disappears, but like I said, like I'm just so high. I'm like eyes all low and just like, damn, I need something to eat. You got the munchies. But all of a sudden, Mikey comes busting into the room with the shotgun, and he puts the gun to Dreamer's head, and he's like, "You motherfuckers need to get out of my house." And we're all like, "Whoa!" Like I'm still slow motion over here, like, "Damn, that's a trip." But Joe Cooley kind of goes into a standoff with him with the Mac 11. Mikey's over there with the shotgun, and we end up leaving. We go out. There's no shots fired, and I'm assuming it's done. But the big problem here is now I have to drive to St. George, Utah, because we just blew up the spot. But so we all, we got several cars. We meet at the gas station, maybe a half a mile or so away from where this guy was staying. And all of a sudden, Joe Cooley is barking orders at some of the people that were with us in Spanish. And like, I don't know what he said. And for the record, I was not there when this happened. Or was I? I was not there. But so we're filling up the tanks, getting ready to push on to St. George, Utah. And these guys take off. And a few seconds later, I hear the gunshots. There's a bunch of them. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is crazy. Is this really happening? And I'm high as fuck. I'm like, is this shit even real? Like, I don't know what's going on right now. But this is basically what happens at this level. Disrespect is huge, and there may have been perceived disrespect in both directions on that one. I mean, sitting in someone's house, whether you have a smile on your face or not, talking about, I don't want to have to shoot up your house, like that can be pretty offensive, especially if you don't understand the guy's mentality that's saying that, and he's sitting there with an automatic weapon. You have to understand, back in these times, it's a lot easier to get a Uzi or something of that those types of weapons. So, that all that happened, and now, Joe Cooley says, well, let's head up to St. George, which is a couple more hours up the road from North Las Vegas. And we get a little ways up the road, and we get into this dense fog. And like, dense fog can be tough to drive in to begin with. Keep in mind, I'm like 18 years old, high as fuck, and I'm like, it was like a video game or something. I'm like, whoa, this is a fucking trip. Like, we're riding dirty as hell, guns, drugs, this, that, and the other. And so I find a semi, and I'm just riding behind him, and I'm following his taillights. And, we end up making it into St. George and finish out the trip. But, this is something that happens in this industry. These are things that happened. So if it makes for a cool story and everything, but you know, people may have lost their lives that night. I don't know, but that seemed to be the intention of that situation. So I mean, it's not what you want to involve yourself in. We're here. We are. We're coming into 2024. It's basically New Year's Eve at this point, and what I know what I want to do with my life. I'm gonna celebrate New Year's Eve sober, and if you're planning to get faded, have at it. Just be safe is all I ask. If you are going to be away from home and drinking a lot, like most people are, uh, have a safe way to get home or plan on spending the night, because a lot of people die in drunk driving accidents on New Year's Eve, and you just don't want that to happen to you or somebody you love. So, like I say, for me, it was family, fitness, and freedom. Those are the things that set me free in life and made it possible for me to have the wonderful life that I live. And, I hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year's. And don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.